Buenos dias to this lazy Sunday where the markets are far from lazy. The chart that you're currently looking at is by far the most important chart for the next 6 to 8 months. This, my friends, is the total 3 chart, which is all cryptocurrencies excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, aka the altcoin chart. And this chart is breaking out. We're at $825 billion roughly for all altcoins excluding BTC and ETH. And if you zoom out, you'll see that the all-time high was actually here around 1.2 trillion US dollars. And this means we still have room to grow to enterprise discovery for alts. And once we enter price discovery is when the real fun starts. And you can also see down here, volumes are picking up, and volumes are very, very important for any pump, whether that's an index or a single token, a single cryptocurrency. You always also have to look at volumes to see if the pump is real. One pump that's very real is this insane mantra pump. And yes, you're seeing correctly, $3.40. This coin has been below 3 cents. Let me say this again, below 3 cents for a very, very long time. Last year even, right? Just a year ago, this thing was below 3-4 cents. Now, 100x later, Mantra is not only dominating the whole RWA sector, the largest RWA real-world asset tokenization chain there is, but also now the 3rd largest Cosmos chain that is in production. Ranked 44th on CoinGecko, $3 billion market cap. They just launched their mainnet at Cosmoverse. Actually, they made the announcement. This was the peak kind of announcement on the final day, day 3, alongside Jane Ran made the announcement on stage at Cosmoverse, October 23rd, at around 5 p.m. local time here in Dubai. And is just ripping. Congratulations. I also made a post about JP. I've actually known JP since, I think, 2019, 2020. And Nick, who is there, I think CSO, I've actually known Nick since 2018. And Nick has also been very impactful in my own crypto journey, right? I learned a lot from him. I was in Shanghai back then in 2018 as an exchange student. It was my 2nd year in crypto, and I learned a lot about the crypto business, the importance of networking, the importance of events. I've been doing a lot of crypto events back then with Nick as well in Shanghai 2018, which is like 6 years ago, crazy to think about. But I've seen their journey literally before launch, and then during launch, the whole time when they were in the early days, hustling, grinding hard, finding traction. Then the bear market came. They kind of repositioned themselves, restructured the team a little bit, and came back with a huge splash, being one of the first projects to focus on the RWA sector. And it's really, really paying off nicely. Big shout out to JP, Jay as well, amazing guy, the whole team, Nick especially, who's a dear friend as well over the years. And great to see. Mantra, of course, we also have a major airdrop waiting for cosmonauts, which is now worth well over $100 million. I think like $150 million, $150 million that you're getting, and we'll talk about this later. Huawei also waking up, wakey, up 30%. Agoric BLD also almost 30%. And Agoric has 2 interesting metas that are going on right now. Number 1, they have Tribbles. Tribbles are coming, a meme coin that is very, very fun, very cool. They also had a meme, this claw machine with Tribbles at Cosmoverse. This is something in the works for many weeks. And they just announced that they will also now consider Celestian sloth holders and bad kids for their Tribbles airdrop, which means if you're holding a bad kid or sloth, join their Discord. I'll leave the link below this video. Join their Discord and ask for more information. Also timeline about launch, but you'll be able to mint up to 9,000 Tribble tokens when they're launching. Tribbles itself is a meme that will reside on the Agoric blockchain, and they will also be one of the widest airdrops for the Cosmos community. And I think meme coins obviously right now are the big meta. We talked about it a lot in the last video as well. Cosmos probably needs more of it, is lagging behind a little bit, even though we do have Huawei, like I showed you, breaking out, but still far, far away from kind of being in the broader conversation of meme coins. And we have a lot of other coins as well, right? Meme coins in Cosmos. And also mascot coins. We also have now Spice on Osmosis, which is kind of the AKT meme coin that is also gaining traction. And I think more will follow. So be active on Twitter. Now is the time to be active on Twitter. Be first when these things are coming out, because now everyone's in bull mode. So people are throwing out their whole kind of investment thesis, their own due diligence standards and researches out of the window. This is completely out of the window. Now is bull run. So people are just aping, right? And that is also, I mean, after kind of 2.5 years of suffering down only nearly 3 years, I think fair enough, people kind of, that's what people want, right? Don't overdo it, don't throw your life saving into something that you don't know what it is, what it does, but yeah, I hope you get my point here. Anyways, DVPN Sentinel, also OG Cosmos project, breaking out 20% today. We have also Atom, going on a hated rally, it seems like. Atom up 12%. In fact, Atom went to almost $7. I think $6, yeah, 60 or something. Overnight, when I looked this morning, I was like, this is very, very interesting. I told this to you in the last video as well. What Atom has is a very well distributed token, basically, what it is, and also listed on every major exchange, battle tested, has seen the worst times. It's still not in a good position, obviously, kind of the brand and everything, but I think it's seen the darkest things in crypto. No team, no leadership, no direction, no roadmap, no specific funding for the chain itself. A lot of messy governance stuff been going on. And it's still not over, right? I think Atom is still not through the trenches, but the fact is also like this coin is hyper liquid and has a volume of around $500 million every single day, every 24 hours, has a trading volume of $500 million. So even if you put the whole product, the whole chain aside, this is still probably interesting for traders in this bull run, right? And it still has an active community. I still hold all my Atom. I think my Atom holdings are at all-time highs. Been staking, been compounding. And yeah, I'm just going to hold it through, right? I've always said this, Atom, in my personal view, is a must if you want to build a Cosmos portfolio, let alone for the airdrops. And we've had massive airdrops over the years with more to come, potentially also airdrops for hydro depositors. We're going to talk about this in the next video. But this is one thing. Another thing is also, or basically, so holding Atom is a must, but also not only holding Atom, right? So Atom should be in your portfolio, but it should be, I don't know, I think my portfolio is around 5 or 10%, not more than that. Also because other coins have outperformed it now. I think it used to be like 20 or 25, but never really more than that. So yeah, that's my view on it. You have to go by verticals, by categories, right? RWAs, AI, you need to have AI coins like Fetch or AKT or AIOS, right? AIOS also Cosmos coin. You need to have DeFi investments like Torchain, DYDX, Osmosis, Celestia for the modularity, I think is a must as well. So I hope you get my point, right? You need to have a diversified portfolio. That's a thesis since day one in Cosmos, right? Because Cosmos is very diverse, does not have one coin to rule them all, which is very unique in crypto, right? This is the side product of the AppChain thesis. Means if you're holding Atom only, you're not doing it right. But not holding Atom, in my personal opinion at least, you don't have to hold it obviously, but in my personal opinion, there's something missing. So I would probably never sell my Atom. But obviously, you know, if you look at other coins outperforming massively, I also think sometimes like, man, I should just sold it and bought something else. But Atom is still the king of Cosmos and the one that founded everything, or the queen. A lot of people say also Atom is female, but that's maybe a separate conversation for a different video. And staking APR is still decent, right? I think it's actually even higher than 15%. Bonded ratio has been going down even further, which is not good. Very, very bad sign, to be honest. But yeah, that's just what it is. Anyways, Tribbles are coming. Atom is still alive. The SEC is being sued by 18 states. Gary Gensler just resigned. I'm sure you all saw the news. Gary Gensler stepped back after Trump also kind of made it clear that he's going to fire him. So I think that the nice thing to do for a gentleman is to step back, even though I don't know if Gary falls under the category of a gentleman. He's just kind of the male version of a Karen. I don't know if there's a name for it, but that's Gary Gensler resigned out of the window. The SEC will be overhauled, it seems like. Elon Musk is there, Vivek is there. I mean, I think we're in for something big in 2025 from the US government alone. They will probably build up a Bitcoin strategic reserve. They will loosen regulations. Doge is going to go through the roof simply because Elon is now basically part of the government and is just a meme artist and probably by now the biggest Doge holder, and he'll definitely make Doge big. He owns Twitter. Like, if you just connect the dots, like, there's no way that we're entering a multi-year bear market from here, unless obviously something major can happen. But I guess the chances are extremely, extremely low. Then we also have Trump's proposal or idea. I don't know if he like publicly said that, but Sean reporting here. President Trump wants to eliminate all capital gain taxes on cryptocurrencies issued by US companies, which is probably also why these coins have been rallying. XRP, I think, tripled within like a week. HBAR, which I'm still holding since like 4 years or something, like whenever they launched. I think I bought, no, I think they launched in 2018. I probably bought in like 2020 or something, still holding that. But I haven't followed too much about what they're doing these days. But HBAR been pumping a lot. XRP been pumping a lot, ADA been pumping a lot, Algo I think not too much yet, but probably is still going to happen. And that's probably another meta, right, is US-based coins, because they've always been, under regulatory scrutiny in terms of like exchange listings, in terms of talking about their own tokens. In other jurisdictions, people have always been, like core teams and founders have always been a little bit more flexible in those things. But maybe now, this is also a meta that makes sense to kind of position yourself in, right, is American coins. Zaki saying BLD is a token created by a US company. BLD, or Agoric, which I showed you here as well, is actually also one of the top gainers over the past couple days. So that's the second meta I said in the intro. Is number one, you have Tribble and went up another half cent here. Agoric, number one, Tribbles are coming. Number two, US coin, well-funded team. You know Dian, if you've been around in Cosmos, you know them for a long time. They are also now in this kind of abstraction, orchestration bucket, which right now is not a very hot narrative, but I think this is definitely something that you should probably put on your watch list if you don't hold any. I think Agoric is going to do well. It also has relatively decent trade volume, I think around 200K, which is obviously not yet anywhere close to what Mantra is trading or even Atom, but Agoric BLD, in my view, one of the sleeping giants. I've been saying this for years now, ever since it launched. And they actually also launched in the depths of the bear market. So they never really saw a proper bull, but we'll see what is happening. Then we also have Akash AKT, also an American company. And Greg actually also pointing this out here with over 95% of full-time employees being American citizens. Greg also now entering more and more the political arena. We saw this picture of Vivek and him recently. I don't actually know when this picture was taken, but yeah, Greg is an US bull building my crypto company right here in America, and he tweeted this in July of 2023 when everyone was just max bearish on US regulations and stuff, and he was just bullish. And this is another sign, right? Like the success of Mantra, the success of Akash, the success of these projects is not coincidence, right? It's the relentless hustle by some of these founders, right? The leading figures. Greg is another amazing example. This guy is hustling like no other. And it's not even a DeFi-specific use case or a crypto-specific use case in that sense, a finance-specific use case. It's an AI use case. So he's like in a small paddle boat, basically, trying to fight a giant, huge cruise ship or tanker. And he's just growing and succeeding and building and expanding. And it's just this relentless vision and executing on a daily basis, no matter what the circumstances are, that are making these projects successful. And Akash is my biggest position, much bigger than Atom now, because also massively outperformed Atom in my liquid portfolio. So AKT, very, very bullish. Haven't sold a single one from my portfolio, staking, compounding. And I'm very bullish on Akash as well. Next, obviously, I want to dedicate the main spotlight for this show today on Mantra on the first RWA layer 1 blockchain built on the Cosmos SDK, full on IBC compatible with a huge airdrop lined up. And in fact, now people are slowly waking up to Mantra being an L1. And I think the more you'll see, like, wait up a second, like all these chains are Cosmos chains, all these chains are app chains or L1s. In the end of the day, it also doesn't matter if they say Cosmos chain or if they say it's an app chain, if it's an L1. In the end of the day, it doesn't matter how people like label it, right? What matters is like Cosmos is winning, right? And if you look right now in the top 100, I think there's around 10 Cosmos chains or app chains, and there will probably be 20 to 25, I guess, sometime in the next couple of months, just because there's so much lined up. Also new ones that are coming up, right? Berachain, Babylon, they're going to be on page 1. There's no way Berachain is not going to be on page 1 on CoinGecko. There's no way Babylon is not going to be on page 1 on CoinGecko, right? So this is all happening. Movement, Initia, Nillion, like you name it. It's all happening. Mantra is currently in the process of also bridging old OM liquidity onto Mantra chain. There's currently also an roughly 18.75% staking APR. So if you're still holding OM from the old days, then come over here. Actually, right here, come over here, bridge your tokens, and then stake your tokens. You will also be able to stake with Cryptocito. We're definitely going to be joining the set very soon. Right now, they're still in this kind of early phase of making sure the chain runs stable and everything. And we're going to be joining very, very soon. So you will be able to stake with Stexito your tokens, and also most importantly, your airdrop, because there's a big airdrop and you can check your eligibility right now. For now, you can only check your eligibility. You will then later have a separate process for claiming, but apparently it's just weeks, maybe even days away. I don't know. I need to get the latest insights here, but very, very soon we'll see claiming for the Mantra airdrop, which is 50 million tokens, which is $160 million right now. So huge airdrop. And this is for the Cosmos community mainly. You can see it already here. Celestine slots are getting around 800 tokens per slot. So that's pretty much right now almost the price of a slot. So you get 100% APR instantly. You basically just 2x instantly, right? Bad kits, I think you get around 200 per kit that you're holding, which is around, I think, half of the value of one bad kit right now, or 40%. But yeah, let's see. Obviously, the price can also go down now after this massive rally. I wouldn't be surprised if goes back to like $2 or even below $2, right? I think this would also be like healthy to have this like little setback correction and then on to the next leg up. But yeah, this is the overview. Go connect your wallets or type in your addresses and see if you're eligible. And if you've been subscribed to Cryptocito here for at least a year, then you're definitely eligible for this airdrop. And yeah, you definitely knew that this was coming for a very, very, very long time. Mantra also just announced a partnership with PYSE, Pice Earth, I don't know if you pronounce it like that, to tokenize electric motorcycles for sustainable deliveries in the UAE. I read also, I think they want to tokenize 10,000 bikes by the end of next year or something, which is crazy. But I think they announced this at Binance Blockchain Week, which was a week after Cosmos. So Cosmos announced Mainnet, Binance Week they announced this partnership, and Pice has also been they've been incubated by the Mantra Incubator Program, which launched in June of this year. So if you have a product idea, you can also apply to join that program. And yeah, I think there's also going to be an airdrop. So I guess the next phase after that is for the Mantra ecosystem to grow, right? We had this whole RWA track at Cosmos. One of the panels was around tokenizing real estate. You know, Mantra has this massive $500 million partnership with MAG here in Dubai to tokenize real estate. They also have an application called Estate Protocol that just announced also that you can actually buy a UAE golden visa on-chain with USDC on Estate Protocol. So they're not only tokenizing kind of real estate, but also just like integrating crypto in the real world, right? That's what it's eventually all about. And with Larry Fink and BlackRock being ultra bullish and long tokenization, like it's just a category that is inevitably going to pump, right? And then also we have this great recap video by Mantra on Cosmoverse, their time at Cosmos. I think it was very, very successful for them. The whole team was there. They also participated at Hackmas, where a lot of developers were hacking and building on their chain. SmartCrowd, Shuruk, Capital, which is also one of their bigger investors, they had a massive booth. I think the most beautiful booth at Cosmos. And it's just been great to meet the whole crew. And obviously the grand finale was on day 3 in the afternoon when Jay and Ren made this special announcement about the Mantra chain being live. And that was a very, very special moment also for the whole audience in the room and also watching online about Mantra. Sticking around the RWA category for a second, in fact, there is a coin that probably fits into the being based out of the US narrative, XRP ecosystem, and also RWAs and Cosmos as well, right? And the project is called Coreum, ticker is Core, and this thing just went parabolic, like just did a 2.5x out of nowhere. Also, obviously, I think as XRP continues, like Core is basically a leverage bet on XRP. Bob and the Coreum team, also good friends of the channel. They're also good friends, I think partially based here in Dubai as well. And Coreum, probably one that also is going to do well this cycle. Also has never seen a bull run launch in the depths of the bear market. So this one also definitely want to put in your watch list. And we're also a validator with Stexito here in Coreum. We joined in during the bear market, and you can delegate your tokens. I think we joined from Genesis. So yeah, I hope it loads for you. Yeah, here we go. Rank 21, Stexito. Highly appreciate all of your delegations. And to be honest, what's always great to see, in fact, is that Stexito, we're always like in the top 5 or 10 when it comes to unique delegators. So on Coreum, we have around 439. Let's get this to 1,000 unique delegators on Coreum. That would really, really be amazing. Next, I want to talk about Osmosis, which I think is currently still sleeping, but inevitably will have its wake-up call. And when it does, it will run. Right now, 52 cents, which is insane in my opinion. Like anything below $1 Osmo, I've been saying this for a long time now. In my book, it's just, I can't understand it, but it will eventually reprice, and then I think it will probably snap to $2 or $3 like it did earlier this year in March. March and April, I think it went to like $2.40, $2.50 or something. And I think Osmosis is going to do really, really well. Also positioning itself now in the kind of Bitcoin vertical, Bitcoin narrative, which is right now very, very cold after meme coins, and now probably RWAs are going to have their time, AI is going to have their time. But I think the whole Bitcoin narrative is going to be very, very big. Around the time also Babylon drops their token. Now we have $1 million+ in TVL of Omnity BTC, which is bridged from ICP, Internet Computer. So they have built this bridge. They also talked about it at Cosmos, with over $1 million now bridged onto Osmosis. And overall, I think there's around $1.5, $1.6 million of liquidity, Bitcoin liquidity on Osmosis, which makes Osmosis more and more interesting for, I guess, bigger traders and stuff. And hopefully, Osmosis can also capture more and more of that value. But Osmo definitely want to have in your portfolio if you're building a Cosmos portfolio. Same for Celestia. After the unlock has been just flat, nothing much happening. It didn't dump like a lot of people were predicting, but also it didn't capture any upside from the recent run in altcoins. But in my view, also is going to have its time. And I think Celestia is still a $100 billion protocol. Sooner or later, they're dominating the modularity and data availability. They kind of invented the modularity segment as a whole. So I don't think there's a way around Celestia this bull run. They also have a major upgrade coming, the Ginger upgrade, which is going to double throughput and halve the finality from 12 to 6 seconds and unlocks 1.33 megabytes per second. So more throughput, faster transactions and all these kind of things. Nick White also saying we're going to scale and secure Bitcoin L2s with Celestia underneath. The Bitcoinification of Cosmos is in full swing, and it's happening in Cosmos. So now we already have RWAs that will be made in Cosmos. To be honest, one more coin I want to point out in the RWA sector is in fact Axelar, which I think is also US based, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're based in Boston, at least that's where Sergey is based out of, I think. We've done multiple interviews. I've also been, I think, before the series, I'm not sure if it was a seed round, but early investor into Axelar in 2021. Big fans of them. And Georgios, also based here in Dubai, has also been in Cosmos. They also actually did a panel with Mantra because Axelar is now also providing a lot of the infrastructure for RWAs and has close collaborations with Mantra just on the side. But anyways, not to sidetrack too much here, but we already have RWAs, modularity, Bitcoin. AI obviously is also made in Cosmos with the Fetch AI or ASI Super Alliance being a full-on Cosmos chain, Akash as well, EOS as well. A lot of AI innovation is happening in Cosmos. DeFi as well with DYDX, also full-on made in Cosmos. So I think Cosmos is well represented and not only represented, but dominating entire niches. And I think that is going to make the ecosystem very successful. Another coin, in my book at least, that is currently undervalued, actually currently below the investor round that they did in January of this year, is the Stride token, 65 cents right now. I think the kind of dump over the past few months is fueled mostly by this aggressive 5% of the supply airdrop that they gave out to ST TIA holders or TIA liquid stakers. And that is almost over. So the claim period or kind of the potential sell pressure from that airdrop, I think is mostly over. And Stride is not only dominating liquid staking in Cosmos, even though now they have very strong competition with Drop, which is built on Neutron. Drop.money also has the airdrop going on. Same for Stride, by the way. Both have airdrops ongoing that you constantly have to check. On Drop.money, you can farm droplet points, which probably will soon be kind of convertible into drop tokens when they have their TGE. But Stride just came out with a banger announcement, which is the launch of Echoes.fun, which is basically a platform, an AI agent-driven platform that provides access to your a crypto wallet, but also an X account. So you can basically create any token, a meme coin, whatever you want. You can create a token, send it to an AI agent, and that AI agent will take care to shill it on Twitter. Right now, there's 3 AI agents that are live. This is still early kind of beta phase that they're in right now. It's denominated in USDC for gas, secured by running on Celestia, so it's a Celestia rollup, and they also have implemented a Uni v3 fork called Echoes Dex. Eventually, this will also kind of synergize and coexist with Stride and implement more LSTs. but for now, this is not not a product that kind of directly accrues value for a stride or anything. It has nothing to do with LSTs. It's a platform where you can launch meme coins, basically. This is how it looks like. Those are the 3 echoes. You will be able to create your own echo once you have once they're more advanced. You can already see that there are some tokens listed here, created here. You can create your own right now as well. In fact, Sepmos from my team, research here at Cryptocito and the Cito Zone, made a step-by-step full guide on how to use echoes, how to create your meme coin. He actually created the Cito token that you see on echoes, which I have bought a little bit just for fun, but it's not something that really kind of want people to buy. So just something that is for purposes of making this video as well. He just did it and made also a full walkthrough on the whole platform, what it all means and how it works. So check out Sepmos' video. I think it's also the first time that he's doxing himself in that way. So check out Sepmos on Twitter. Next, and then I have only one more left. Sei Network is also a Cosmos chain, fits into the trading, DeFi, parallel EVM execution bucket. It's an EVM compatible chain, strong investor network, just launched like a year and something ago, like a year and 2 months ago. I'm actually also one of the private investors into Sei. I haven't gotten my tokens yet. They're still kind of in the foundation. I'll probably claim them soon, but there's still even a lockup on those investments. Anyways, Sei also waking up, 53 cents, also one of the largest Cosmos coins in production. And they just made a chain upgrade, which got the fees down from around 100 GWei to less than 1 GWei, which is a 99% reduction. And I think that Sei is also going to do really well this bull run. I also think that once Mona launches, there's going to be a huge hype around parallel EVM networks and all those kind of things, which is why I think it makes sense to be familiar with the Sei ecosystem. We did a walkthrough about Sei DeFi a couple weeks ago. There's also Patrick Dynamo DeFi, who has made great content about Sei DeFi and airdrop opportunities, farming opportunities, all these kind of things. Even LPing, like LPing is actually very interesting on Sei DeFi as well. And there's also, I think this is the main DEX Dragon Swap. There's also I think it's a meme coin. You can say it's a meme coin, or maybe like a community culture coin is probably better. But you can get it here, and it's called Seiyan. Seayan. I personally have not bought any. I think I have a very small bag that I bought when this thing went live, but I'm looking to buy more of them. So, like I said in my video from last week, I think mascot coins or like specific coins to represent one community are basically a leverage on the main token, right? If you say, okay, Sei is right now at a $6 billion FTV, but I want to capture upside of another 30-40% pump, then probably it makes sense to look into the Sei ecosystem and see what are the top community coins, meme coins, culture coins, or DeFi coins or whatever, and just buy some of these, right? So yeah, could be one strategy. Finally, quick updates on airdrops. We talked a lot about airdrops throughout this video. Mantra, you have to do your homework there. Stride and also drop, farm your droplet points as well. Saga is going to be a top contender in the gaming space. Once gaming will have its time, Saga will have its time. Saga is a Cosmos Layer 1 blockchain optimized for the gaming sector, super fast, also implements shared security to so-called chainlets. Saga at around $2.1 billion FTV right now, huge airdrop. Ever since it launched, every month there has been an airdrop. So every month, a lot of customers have been making 3, maybe even 4 figures in USD terms in their airdrop, if they did it correctly, right? And then just stay compound and get the next round and all these kind of things. I know a lot of you have been doing this because every single time when the claim went live, when everything, when you had to like do something, I informed you here in the channel in real time. And if not, then on the Cryptocito channel. And if not there, then on chain. We send reminders to our delegators on Kepler. Yo, there's an airdrop claim. You need to take action. I think we're probably the only validator who is doing that, and who is reminding our community constantly that those things are happening, right? Free money to be picked up. Anyways, that's Saga. And Saga, the current round is only ongoing for 2 more days. So you have 2 days to claim your airdrop. There's always only a 7-day window, so you need to be very, very fast. Also, I think, by the way, for the Tribbles airdrop, which we talked about in the beginning, there will be a very short claim window. So you have to always, now is the time to be locked in, right? The time is probably always to be locked in crypto, but now more than ever, because now we're in this phase, like I said, where the rotations and the movements are super, super fast. Speaking of movement, Rishi just tweeted out 2 days ago, Movement mainnet imminent. Massive traction, 380,000. I think I said this like a year ago when I first interviewed Rushi after that. Like this guy has main character or potential. He is main character material for this bull run. Rushi, in my view, is going to crush it this cycle. Not just with movement, his project, his token, his chain, whatever, but him as a character, as a person. Very, very smart guy, super young, but very strong empathy also for people around him. A good learner, a good listener, and also he knows his stuff. Very, very deep knowledge about the Move ecosystem. And I think this is going to be our bet as cosmonauts in the Move ecosystem, right? We have Sui and Aptos kind of dominating that field, but movement is coming, and movement is coming in strong. And we're gonna make big waves when they're launching. Finally, speaking of launches, Namada imminent, days away. Movement, we literally saw the tweet from Rushi, imminent as well. And for Berachain, they're not even saying Q4, they're just saying soon. I think there's even a poly marketplace, a bet going on of whether Berachain is launching still in 2024 or next year. I personally, I don't know, it's probably 50-50. I personally think I'm leaning towards still this year because I think holiday season is the best time probably to launch a coin, like around, it's like a Christmas gift, especially if you have an airdrop lined up or something. I know Berachain, they want to have the full thing live from day one with deep liquidity, all the applications, which would probably speak against a launch during or around Christmas and holiday time because people are just off. I think they not only need their community to be active, but they also need all the teams to be active, right? Just the way how Berachain works with proof of liquidity. But it's a whole different seminar. I did a lot of Berachain content over the years as well. We did, I think, 2 movement interviews here on the channel. We did Namada content, endless Namada content here on the channel as well. A full-on ZK video. We also talked about Aleph 0, which is also, by the way, waking up right now. And we're going to do a full-on recap on what's cooking on Aleph 0 as well. Because all these like more technical, fundamental coins, right now everyone is saying, oh, this cycle is different, altcoins will not pump, only meme coins will pump. Now it's the meme coin super cycle. And yes, maybe, but I think that doesn't exclude other coins from pumping. That doesn't exclude or that doesn't mean that there's not going to be a fundamental season, an infrastructure season, a CK season, an EVM season, all these other things, right? They're still going to happen. And there's going to be a point where just everything goes parabolic. And I think one by one, don't overdo it, don't use leverage, don't over leverage yourself, especially if you're not a trader. Don't over leverage, and you'll be fine this bull run. You'll be very, very fine. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I hope this video was valuable to you. Like and subscribe. Recommend this channel to your friends, to people that you think need to hear this. I'll see you guys very soon. Until then, stay safe and be good.